Welcome to the Argue Your Point podcast. Here are your hosts, Jeff Mitri and Mason Mitri.
All right, what's happening? Argue Your Point is finally here with some new hardware. We got some new gadgets. We got a guest on the way. We've got a Bills game to talk about. We've got a Sabres game tonight.
Got new games. We're ready.
Yeah, we're ready. We've come a long way, even though it's our third episode, but I believe only one has been published. The pilot. This is the second one, and we're excited. We're ready to go. So let's just dive right into it.
Okay.
Let's see, it's 6:19. Okay, let's dive right into it. Let's start with the Sabres. All right. Riding an 8-game winning streak, heading into tonight, going for 9th against the St. Louis Blues. 3 games into this, they fired their GM, and wait, I take that back. The 3 games, is that right?
I don't know.
No, we won.
I don't know.
We won 3 games, and then we fired Kevin Adams and hired Jarmo Kekalainen. So yeah, 3 games into it, and then things just kept rolling from there. Just kept rolling, and now they're playing with a new. I'm on a winning streak mentality, and I just want to keep this going. You know, they're playing smart.
Yeah.
They're getting performance from their top guys. They won without Dahlin last game, which they didn't do all of last year. They were 0-10-2. So it's been over 2 years since they won a game with Dahlin not in the lineup. So that's pretty awesome.
He's pretty good.
He is pretty good. So how you doing, Mason?
Pretty good.
So what's new? On Christmas vacation?
Yeah, not much.
Yeah? All right. So yeah, Sabres are rolling, and I'm excited to see them take on the Blues, extend it to 9 games.
Only rolling.
And just keep it going. All right.
Their Sabres got energy. I think they're ready.
Yeah, they do. They
Ready for the playoffs.
They've been scoring on the rush, which is good to see. They've been Bowen Byram's been contributing. They've had some really good exciting goals and heck, really good goaltending in that 8 game in these past 8 games. They've gone 8-0. They got a 1.88 goals against.
Yeah. It's obvious they went 8-0 in this 8-game winning streak.
Oh yeah, they have. But yeah, that's exciting. It's finally, well, I mean, we're not there yet, but it's exciting hockey. No matter what, right now, you're going for your 9th game in a row. It's must watch. It's must watch hockey in Buffalo, and that's always great to see.
It's exciting seeing them winning.
In your lifetime, you've never seen them make the playoffs, so hopefully you'll be able to experience that. Hopefully this season.
Or never. Be like, see within their 90-year playoff drought.
Yeah.
Bring on 20
Hopefully
coaches.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with Lindy, but right now, I would not make a change at coach. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got unfinished business. He came back here with unfinished business. He feels, and I do too, that the 99 no goal, that was not a justified loss. And nobody knows what would have happened if we had made it to Game 7. But so unfinished business, and that motivates a coach. So I like to hear him say that, and I kind of like that narrative around him.
Yeah. So, let's talk Bills.
All right, yeah, let's talk the Buffalo Bills. Yesterday they lost to the Eagles, going now 11-5. Eagles are now 11-5.
Playoffs? I think the Bills are.
They clinched the playoffs, so we are already in the playoffs. But with that loss we handed the New England Patriots
AFC East.
AFC East, first time in 6 years.
Yeah.
Broke our streak for that.
How come they always have good quarterbacks? What is with them? You got
Patriots?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
look at Drake. They're gonna give us Drake May. They're gonna have a great bench player.
if you're gonna be the best, you gotta beat the best, you know?
Yeah.
But that game, you know, the weather was probably the biggest story for me in that game. Was the wind, the rain. Probably could never really feel comfortable. They didn't know what gloves to put on. They didn't score a single point until the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Yet they were in it the entire game. It was just really didn't get out of my seat until the fourth quarter. It's like, all right, I knew we had this in them. Defense really kept us in the game the whole game, really.
Yeah.
The Eagles' offense couldn't. They couldn't move down the field. They couldn't do anything.
I think the defense played the greatest. Only allowed the Super Bowl champion to put 44 points for the Chiefs in Super Bowl. That's what it was. 44-21.
In the last Super Bowl, something like that. I'd have to check.
Crazy amount of points, but only limited them to 13 points. Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that's a good way to look at it. Yeah. Something, you know. Yeah, I mean they performed. Their defense and offense just lights out in that Super Bowl game. But this season has not been any reflection of that game for the Eagles. I'm talking about. You know, they struggled yesterday, obviously, just like the Bills. They've got the same kind of, you know, it was a 12-13 game. Yeah, they won. We came down to, you know, we made it come down to one play. And fortunately, Josh missed the receiver, and we lost the game.
Yeah. It was a wide open pass, but it was going right, so snowy conditions can't be too hard. I think in the entire playoffs
Raining
right
conditions.
Huh?
It was raining.
Yeah. I think the entire playoff picture, the Bills look like the best team in the playoffs. For the AFC, they look like the best team.
Yeah.
You
You
Jaguars.
know,
Denver.
speaking of the playoffs, sorry to cut you off. Speaking of the playoffs, someone was saying today, who among the playoff teams have a worse or a weaker wide receiver group than the Buffalo Bills? Do you think the Bills have the worst wide receivers among the playoff teams?
No, Josh Allen makes good receivers. You don't need.
Yeah, I agree with, but that's a different. That's kind of answering a different question. Just on paper, you know, do you think the Bills have the worst wide receivers of any current playoff team?
Playoff team, AFC or
NFL.
NFL. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. So we looked at Pittsburgh is a team that you might consider, but Dak, or I mean DK, not Dak, but DK is he's still pretty good. He's shown that he's really good. Coming to this year, I think a lot of people thought he was washed up, and just kind of like an old okay, you got an old quarterback and got an older, aging receiver, but no, he's still got a lot of game.
DK Metcalf's not old. He's not older than.
No, he's not like Aaron Rodgers old in his 40s.
29.
DK Metcalf. Let me see.
Yeah, guest speaker coming up.
Yes, we do. In about 3 minutes here. I'm just trying to get the age here. He's 28. Okay,
28 years old. DK Metcalf.
Yeah. When I was 28, I definitely did not consider myself old. But, you know, we're talking about players in the prime. It's not like they're old. It's just old for their position in the league. So, yeah. So I kind of do think maybe the Bills do have the weakest wide receiver core, but
The weakest wide receiver core, but the best quarterback.
yep. And we don't just throw to our wide receivers.
The run.
We throw to our
James
tight
Cook.
ends. We throw to our running backs. Yeah, it's not even just James Cook. It's also Ty Johnson, Ray Davis.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just Austin Knox. It's Kincaid when healthy, and Hawes.
He's good.
Um,
Jackson Hall is one of the best.
Yeah.
Weird. New, but he's already good. He has like 2 touchdowns and he's clutch.
He is clutch. He's
I
a
think
good blocker.
he will be one of the best tight ends in the next couple of years. It's my guess.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I mean, I like the Bills spreading the ball around. I don't want a prima donna wide receiver that gets upset that he's not involved enough. Because we know the way, at least the way the Bills are, there's a different game script for every game. You know what I mean? One game we win it one way. One game we win more passing. Some games we win on the ground. Some games are more balanced. Some games, you come from behind. You're down 21-0 at the half, or 21 points at the half. That's going to change the script completely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like the everybody eats mantra and spreading the ball around and kind of just putting it all on Josh. I mean, he is the unicorn. He is the best athlete, I believe, in the league. And he's at the quarterback position where he touches the ball more than anyone else on the team. And so it puts us at a great advantage to win games. And he's the kind of guy you can do that with. He's the kind of guy that embraces that pressure. We've had guys in this city, who were put in positions to accept that kind of pressure, but weren't willing or able to take that on. And he is that guy. He takes that pressure and he rides with it.
He's built for Buffalo.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. See where our caller is at.
Question is Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford, Drake May, all top 3 MVPs? Who will win it this year? That's the question.
Okay, who's going to win the MVP?
Matthew Stafford. He has 40 touchdowns this year. That is
impressive.
a lot. Josh Allen's 25. Still a good amount, but...
Let me just look up the odds here. Matt Stafford, Drake May. Yeah, I see all the touchdowns Matt Stafford has.
But you also have to, account for Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Matt Stafford has been playing really good this year. So it's just the entire Rams, the NFC, very tight. Who do you think will be getting the 1 seed on the NFC? It could be 49ers. They just need to win one more game. They have the 1 seed. No one else has to lose. If they win one more game, number 1 seed.
49ers are an awesome team.
George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Mr. Relevant.
Could you...
Pretty relevant.
You know what would be an awesome matchup, though, is Eagles versus Bills in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Those two cities.
Bills.
Two blue-collar cities.
Yeah, if Eagles win, you could see, millions of dollars of the city getting, broken, which is pretty weird.
Yeah.
But, I think the Bills, if we had the Super Bowl, it'd be pretty cool. You wouldn't want them to go two-peat, The Bills' first Super Bowl in how many years? 40 years? Been since we went there. trying to think. 25?
93, I think, was the last year.
Oh yeah, not even close. Never mind.
It's been a while.
32 years. So it's been. I don't know. My math might not be right.
Looks like our caller is running a little late. I got a message, and he'll be hopping on shortly. So we're just gonna keep rolling with this.
Okay.
We got a cool segment coming up. Taken or pointless. Okay, here we go. All right. I think we've got Greg with us now. Greg, can you hear us? Yep, I can hear. Can we turn this up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hold on one second. Okay, good.
Awesome. Yeah, you sound clear.
How's it going?
Good.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we just.
You can hear me. You can hear me fine.
Whoa, okay, that was a little loud. Let me just dial you back a little bit. Is it this one? All right, can you talk again, Greg?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, no, yeah, you sound good. How's it going?
Okay. Doing great. I'm just got home from work, and I'm just getting things together for dinner here.
All right, cool. So, yeah, before we jump into the segment, point taken or pointless, we could bring up what we were just discussing off the air earlier and through the thread. Mason knows a little bit what I'm talking about. And that's just the the general debate that not having a top wide receiver is holding Josh Allen back from his potential is one side of the story, and the other one is he doesn't that can hinder him. A top wide receiver who gets upset that's not always involved in every play. He's getting paid a lot of money, and he's not always the star of the show in terms of targets. And so I fall on the side where I don't think we need a top wide receiver. I like to spread the ball out, not just to it's not just about our wide receivers, it's our tight ends, and it's our running backs too. It's not just Cook. It's all of our running backs and all of our tight ends and all of our wide receivers. So there's plenty of guys to catch the ball, and I really feel he elevates that position for them. But I want to hear what my brother Greg Mitri on the line here. What his kind of thoughts are on that debate.
So, there is no perfect player, right? Josh Allen, I think we think is, maybe the best quarterback that the Bills have ever had, including Jim Kelly. And I'd be included in that. I think he's the best football player that's ever worn the jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And that being said, I feel like he definitely needs more help. I am afraid that he is just not being surrounded by the talent that he deserves. I feel like, the whole idea of defense wins championships is such an old-fashioned way of thinking. It's really the way the rules are, are always to protect the quarterback, to really enhance scoring, and he just does. The money should be invested in the offense. I feel like if they want to patchwork together a defense, and just fully invest, almost, but not quite. I mean, it's maybe a bad example, but like Cincinnati, for example, they're paying their receivers, and if a healthy Joe Burrow could string together 15 games, I think there's no stopping that team, and I think they can overcome any deficiencies they have on defense. So as far as having a number one wide receiver, I'm not saying it needs to be an elite like number one, like like one of the best in the league, but I think it needs to be absolute bona fide number one receiver. I don't know exactly who I want to, what name I want to pull out of the air and say someone like to go get, but I'm sure we could have made a play for Pickens, or I mean, even I know
Mm-hmm.
he's not having a great season, but even like a DK Metcalf, something that where the defense has to account for and elevate not just the quarterback play, but the perspective defense, it elevates the rest of the receivers. So maybe they have to double team this number one that we're calling wide receiver, and then it opens up plays for Secure. It opens up plays for keep Shavers. I like those guys, but you need a number one, and I feel like it's a disservice to Josh to not just give him a all B's and C's
Okay, by number one, do you
that he's
mean
surrounded with.
by number one? Do you mean do you mainly mean a deep threat that can spread the field?
I I mean,
Because doesn't Brandon Cooks do that? Can't he do that?
I'm not. No, I don't think speed equals number one. I think of a number one. I mean, look at Diggs. Diggs was never really that. I mean, maybe early in his
The route
career,
runner.
but he, yeah, specialist. He was able to get open, and he was Josh Allen's safety valve. Now, I mean, I don't know the numbers of like what they were when Diggs was like, that first or really that first year, and even the second year he was here, and what they are today. But like Josh loved having that safety valve. Like, the play breaks down. He knows he's looking for Diggs, and we're moving the chains,
Yeah.
and we're marching down the. He doesn't have that. He does
Well,
not
that's
have that.
yeah, but he
He's
might not
like,
have
just
that.
if you take this last game. Go ahead.
I was gonna say he might not have that because he doesn't have the same experience with the wide receivers. He hasn't had that much reps. He's been injured all week. How many times do you think he even threw to Brandon Cooks during practice?
Oh,
Probably
come on.
none. Probably none. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, when you were roommates with someone, when you play video games with someone like him and Diggs did, they can think in the same way without having to communicate. So when you have
that's
experience with the
fine,
same
but
guy over and over again, then you can create that chemistry. It's not just because he's a number one. It's also
you
because
can.
he's got that familiarity.
But what you're trying to do is compare the current Cooks player to Diggs 5 years ago, and that's not a fair comparison. Uh, he was never, the talent. First of all, Diggs is probably always has been a better. Well, I don't know. Brooks had his. I mean, Cooks had his, his his time, or he was, pretty awesome.
New
I think when
England
he
and
played for. Well, I'm thinking more when he played for the Saints, right? When he
yeah,
played for the
yeah, he
Saints.
played the Saints. Yep.
Um, I mean, he was definitely number one. That's going 10 years. That's probably 10 years ago by now. Like so his ability has diminished dramatically. He's had a very talented career.
Yeah.
So I mean, this past weekend was encouraging. He did get past the DBs and in the the safeties, and he did stretch the field, so that was encouraging.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't care if he roommates with the guy and bunk beds with the guy and is playing video games until 3 in the morning. He's not going to be what Diggs was 5 years ago when really say it was like
No, I agree with that.
Stephon Diggs.
No, I agree with that. Those two are a good comparison. I agree with that. I guess my side of it is we don't need a number one wide receiver. My feel is that.
So
I mean, not this year. I mean, like, yeah, is it sustainable for year after year? No, I don't think so. Is it sustainable this year? I do think it is. Can we live on that, on that hill of, it's Josh or nothing? I think we can.
So you think? Let me ask you. So don't you think not having a number one isn't? What you're saying is it's not holding the Bills back.
No.
Right.
You don't think it's like if they had a bona fide, legit receiver, forget about the contract. 1 year, it's the offense wouldn't be improved, especially if they could stretch the field. If they had that, deep playability.
Well, like it's almost like you don't know what you don't know. Like, yeah, I mean, if DK Metcalf was on the team and we seen what he did, I'd be like, whoa, yeah, look at what he's doing in the offense. But we don't have that.
But the problem is, Bean not only ignored it. I mean, he had opportunity after opportunity to, pull the trigger on it.
He tried.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he didn't swing very. Gave our, at number one foe at the time, the Kansas City Chiefs, our draft pick, even knowing full well that they were going to take a receiver and most likely the fastest receiver in the class. Granted, he probably didn't like him, but that was, I think, his error, because I think we're going back to Worthy and Coleman. I mean,
you'd rather Coleman, have now. I mean, okay, Coleman is probably
who's more
what
a bust.
I don't know if he's a bust yet, but it might not be a hit.
He's on his way.
Sure.
Dude, he can't even see the field at this point. He's a healthy scratch. I mean, and even when he's on the field, even when he runs back in the earlier part of the season when he's running 80% of the offensive plays, he's still not a factor.
Oh yeah,
he's an absolute bust.
Mm-hmm.
By any standard.
But, he's been disappointing. He's been underachiever. 100% agree with that. But even if he ended up making some of those moves for Waddle, we don't know if that would have worked out. No, but
I'd like to see
that he was trying. But it doesn't necessarily mean that those,
it shows
that those trades would have worked out even if it had gone through. It doesn't even mean that. We can elevate. Tom Brady has gone to the Super Bowl with a lack of weaponry. I don't see why Josh Allen can't do the same. That's kind of just where I'm at.
First of all,
and defenses do
as
win
much as I
championships.
first of all, as much as I love Josh Allen, he's no Tom Brady. I mean, let's be real here.
More athletic than Tom Brady. He can take over the game single-handedly.
He would, but he doesn't carve up defenses in just decision making. He's not Tom Brady. There's only one Tom Brady. He's the best player that ever played football. I mean, it's undeniable. So like he did elevate. I mean, he can elevate anybody just about. And he recognized very quickly, this guy I can't work with, and he'd be off the team. And
that's why Keon Coleman isn't playing. Josh does the same thing.
Yeah.
He elevates the players too.
I think he does to a certain extent, but I also think he needs more help. We also don't have Bill Belichick. Like that was like the perfect storm of a dynasty. I think Josh Allen absolutely needs more help. He deserves more help. I'm a big fan, I'm a huge fan, love him, but he needs more help. And it's a disservice to all Bills Mafia for not giving all the energy, all the tools that we could give Josh Allen, and not worry about the defense. The defense, you could pick up defenses on through the draft or not, or whatever. You could patchwork the defense, but I just think the money and assets need to be
All right.
towards
I'll just
helping
say this
Josh.
one last thing about on the subject, and I'll let you get the last word in if you want. I'll I'm putting my my name out there as being a person that doesn't feel that this season we need a number one wide receiver, because I feel that he's elevating his receivers that he has now, tight ends, running backs, wide receivers, and spreading the ball out, and Josh himself can just take over the game and carry the entire offense on his back. If I'm wrong, if we get bounced out of the playoffs, and it looks like it's because you just needed more help, then I'll admit it. But
All right, what day's today? Today's the 28th.
but the same for
of
you. If we
December?
win the Super
25?
Bowl, if we win the Super Bowl,
Oh, I would love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong. If he could go through the gauntlet of the playoffs and make it just to the Super Bowl, I'm not even talking about winning it. Oh, bring me back on this pod, and I will eat crow.
all right. Okay. Now
Yeah.
we're gonna do. If we got a few minutes here, we're gonna do a segment we called "Point Taken" or "Pointless." All right.
Okay. All right, I'm ready for
no
it.
wrong answers here or anything like that. Okay, so for playoff teams only, they have nothing to play for, no home field advantage or division or anything like that. So for playoff teams with nothing to play for, should they start? Should they rest their starters? Point taken or pointless?
Well, point taken. Like I don't know what everyone's playing for this weekend coming up, other than the Bills. I know we got a playoff spot locked in. I know we are no longer. I know that the Patriots already won the division, so that's
Yep.
not happening. We're not going to get the first seed. Josh Allen is injured, but more than just Josh, we got Kincaid, you got Milano,
Hopefully he's coming
you got Bishop. But these guys have been hobbled all. And I'm sure a bunch more. I mean, I would sit everyone. Rousseau, like the only defensive end, really made any splash plays. I would rest everybody. I mean, I feel like there's nothing to play for except for maybe ending the storied history of at the Ralph on a win.
That's got to be
a
that
factor. I don't. That doesn't do anything. No, I still think, and for the specifically with the Bills, they're playing the Jets. They are not a real team. Like they get blown out even by the bad teams. They really should. We should be able to impose our will just for the standard that Dermott set. Throughout the lineup, up and down the lineup, no matter if you're a bench player.
Okay, yeah.
Sit the guys. Let Allen snap the ball, keep the streak going, and get him the hell out of there.
Yeah, I mean, if it's Mitch Trubisky, I really want them to win because I just kind of want to win the last game at Highmark or the Ralph or Rich Stadium, or however you knew it as.
Yeah.
All right.
What do we call them that these days, Mason?
What's that? This current stadium?
Yeah.
Highmark.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So these question number 2, kind of already sort of covered this, but like I said, this is just point taken or pointless. Can the Bills take this team with these wide receivers to the Super Bowl? Point taken or pointless?
I'm gonna hedge. I can't say go with like a full-throated pointless because as much as I want them to surround Josh with new talent, obviously I know that's not going to happen this year. Everybody knows that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're going to sign someone off the couch, which is,
And even then, it's not.
and that makes no sense to me. So we have who we have, and
Mm-hmm.
it's so by me saying it's this would be me saying we have no chance of going to the Super Bowl, and I can't say that. We've all witnessed Josh being literally Superman,
Yep.
and it's not even just Bill's Mafia that calls him Superman, put on the cape, whatever. It's national media that says, well, when Josh decides to be Josh, there's literally no stopping him, and I would agree with that. I just don't think I I hate to say it. I don't think he's going to be able to do that for 3 playoff games in a row on the road. I just feel like to I really put that squarely on Bean's
Beaner.
shoulders. I think he failed him.
Well, it's
The
gonna
Beaner.
it's gonna be a wild ride. The playoffs. I can't wait for it. Can't wait for that to start.
Be
All
fun.
right. Question number 3, the final question. Did Brandon Cook's performance on Sunday change your opinion of him? Point taken or pointless?
Well, I would say point taken. It was very encouraging. Um, I like especially he looked like he had a little bit of juice, especially that long 50-plus yard catch he made. He got up with some attitude. I felt like he feels like he's got something to prove. So yes, I don't know if it's changed my mind because I always um, I was happy to hear about the signing when we got him, but I don't know. Well, I guess I wouldn't say he impacted the game that much. Well, I mean, I guess we'll never know because the play after, we gave the ball up. But yeah, I love for them to see him, Josh, continue that rapport and make it a weapon and make, especially with Cooks and then Palmer getting healthy, the two of them, that could really blossom.
And like I
I
said,
would
he
love to see
hasn't
it.
had many reps with Cooks at all. So I mean,
Or
was just
Palmer.
a-
I mean,
that was
I
just
feel
a
like
glimpse.
Palmer.
Yep.
I feel like Palmer hasn't played, in 5-6 weeks. I don't know. He's been injured, of the season. So,
Mm-hmm.
maybe he takes next week off and, rests his body, and then you get some good weeks of practice in before the playoffs. And you never know what it could turn into. So, I would say I'm a point taken. I am encouraged.
All right. Awesome. All right. That completes the segment of point taken or pointless. That was the first time we ran that. That went
Yeah.
pretty well. Just want to mention one thing.
Oh, we're up against it?
about you talked about T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase gets $40 million average annual salary, and T. Higgins gets about 28.75 million.
Well,
So that's about 70 million on 2 dudes per year. We're not even coming close to that in our wide receiver room. Is that something you'd like to see to be, kind of hamstrung between 2 dudes?
no.
That I mean, who else you gonna? How much more money do you have to spread around when you got 40 million and 30 million going to 2 of your wide receivers?
That I would not do. I feel like the way Cincinnati built their team is like, an adolescent builds their Madden roster. Like it's just names, boom, boom, plug, and that I think it's kind of ridiculous that they invested that heavily in the offense. I was just using them as an example of
Given their
how
elite quarterback,
Gig-
a number of
yeah,
wide
because
receivers.
like if Joe Burrow was healthy, I'd feel like they'd have a
They'd be in
more than
playoffs.
a fighter's chance to making the playoffs. Even
Oh, yeah.
even if I mean the rest of the roster is definitely suffering because,
Yeah.
but also with the salary cap constantly going up, they got that Henderson. I know he hasn't been signed they'll probably end up signing him as well. Like they find, there's GMs out there that are willing to take big swings and find ways. And you just gotta. But I also like. I mean, this is another for another day. Is a great evaluator of talent. You got to find the right guys. You know. I just. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked here, but.
Yep, it's all right. Yeah, one last thing before we go. We got the Sabres game tonight, going for their 9th win in a row against St. Louis Blues at 8:00. What do you like? What have you been like from the Sabres?
Oh, what don't you like? I mean, my God, they're playing, they're gelling, they're playing as a team. They're got each other's back. I mean, if you just take the game the other night against Boston, I mean, the first and second period it was all in the offensive zone. I mean, UPL had a ham sandwich back there, and nobody would have noticed. He hardly had to make any saves. It seems like as soon as they made the decision to step away from Adams, and I feel like they started the win streak 2 games prior to him getting the axe.
3, I think. Yeah, it was in the middle.
3, okay, was it 3? And so, but they knew, it wasn't, if we knew, as fans, the players knew it was coming. So I think that just inspired them, and just, it's what they've needed is, I think his demise and really what's kind of hampered the team, I don't think it could be overestimated. Like him, how he's like talking about the palm trees and nobody wants to play here.
Yeah.
Well, what that did for the current players is felt like they were in jail, like they are stuck there because they're under contract and nobody wants to come here. But now they shed that dead weight of that lame duck GM.
Yep.
And I feel like that has inspired them. And I've always felt like they had the talent. We've had these top tier, Thompson goal scorer, where a few years ago he was considered one of the best, scorers in the league with the best shot in the league. We got Tuck, who's a great, captain and plays with grit. And now we finally seems to figure out the goaltending. I feel like Ellis is going to be the odd man out. I don't know if he's going to be on waivers or what's going to end up happening with him, but I think we got our tandem. We got UPL maybe backing up Lyon, and I'm excited. I just hope they could keep it up and really finish the season strong.
Yeah, me too. And hopefully get some playoff hockey here in Buffalo. Before we get on, we were just saying, Mason's never seen the Sabres in the playoffs, so
be fun.
Yeah. Yes. The new generation of Sabres fans deserve it. They've been going to too many Sabres games with no playoffs, and they don't know what it feels like to have the energy, not just be Bills Mafia, but Sabres Mafia. We need that.
Yep. Everyone, it's so infectious around the city when the Sabres are doing well and in the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely. It really is.
All right, Greg, thank you for this. Thanks for your time in coming on. We'll have to do this again.
I'll be back.
All right. All right. Thanks, Greg. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Mason. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Okay. See you later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. All right. All right. That was my brother Greg, your uncle Greg, giving us his thoughts on
Bill Sabres.
Bills Sabres.
Wide receivers. I think we needed any wide receiver. Not need like a speedster like Tyreek Hill. More of just like a catching, T. Higgins maybe. If we needed any.
Mm-hmm. A guy like T. Higgins?
Mm-hmm.
He probably would be a number one.
Not even a guy like T. Higgins, just T. Higgins. Get him.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I think we will bring this to an end. What do you say? Anything else you want to add to this show?
No?
I think it was a good second show. First show with a guest caller. I think that went really well. There was some connectivity issues. I think that was mainly on his end. We'll try to get that straightened out. But hope everybody enjoys it. And looking forward to the next one of these. This was a lot of fun. Thanks, Mason.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. You want to send us out? All right. Thanks, everyone. And
Have
go
a nice day.
Bills.
Go Bills.